And we are here. We are back. Episode 2, The Chela's Way Experience. I have my special guest, Mojo Brooks, in the building.
What's up? What's
My
up?
friend
What's
Mojo
up?
Brooks. So if you
What's
guys
happening?
aren't familiar with Mojo Brooks is the genius behind the Ring doorbell skits.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's always asking, who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? This guy is Mojo Brooks. He is the one that did the Ring doorbell skits. Now, let me ask you a question. Did you ever get in trouble with Ring doorbell doing that shit?
My neighbors called the cops on me. So, yeah, they called the cops on me, and it was like maybe like around maybe the fourth or fifth one. I guess they had enough, but I was out there, and I remember seeing the cops like creeping up the street, and my security was out there. So, the cop got out the car. He was like, "Hey, can we talk to you for a second?" I was like, "What's up?" They was like, "Well, they just called, said there's been a lot of noise going on, banging on the door. Your neighbor said that you've been trying to get in here with your girlfriend for the last couple of days. So we just want to know what's going on." I'm like, "Don't nobody live there." I'm like, "This is my house." And I got to tell them what I was doing, and I had to actually show them that the door wasn't locked. Like
nothing was being compromised. Yeah. It was all a skit. So now, you don't face any more backlash with that. Now they let you.
No. Actually the neighbors now, if I'm out there doing it and they walking up, they'll just laugh and just and just keep on going.
Okay, good. So you got Karens and Kevins as neighbors?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we can't be inappropriate, so I'm just
It's a little mix, but the ones that called the cops on me definitely
Karen and Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Like, when people see that, they feel so relative to the scenario. A lot of men are like, "Oh my God, that's how I feel. I wish I could fucking confess my love on a Ring doorbell." But the thing about it is, the reason why your skits are so relatable to people are because you go back and forth with your emotions right there within that 1 minute skit. You go from like trying to get in her head to apologizing to like, "Fuck you, bitch, fuck you, stink." Right. But let me ask you a question. Is that how you act in real life? Is that how you deal with women when you get mad?
It's crazy because I have to really care about you to get
to call you stink.
Because normally I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I don't care. But no, for me to get to that point, I have to really care about you. I'm pretty sure somebody got some voicemail messages of me going crazy, and then
me see why you playing me like that.
Yeah, now I'm calling back talking about, so you know what, that was too aggressive. I didn't mean what I said. So yeah, I think it's in every guy. It's just how much you care. If you
let me ask you a question. The question is this though: do you mean it? That's the question. Because a lot of men, they're apologetic. I was a little too aggressive, and then they just to get away in.
I think at that moment, I think what it is that in a split second in your mind, you realize, okay, all right, she really not coming outside. So let me calm down. And maybe she'll think, okay, he's calm now, but you just ain't even realize how hard you just went.
And now she's looking at you like you're crazy. She's like, "I'm not opening this door." I can't let you say, "And I got you recorded, motherfucker."
The apology is never weird. It's never real, ladies. Don't never fall for the. Don't never fall for that. Don't never.
Okay, so this is out of the words, ladies, of Mojo Brooks's mouth. He specifically said, "Do not fall for the Ring doorbell."
Don't open that
door. If the dudes come in there and they're being erratic with their behavior, shifty with their emotions, don't open that door.
That's you got to give him at least a week. He need at least 7 days.
A week of decompression.
Yeah.
All right. So it's funny because I've been watching you for a while, and you kind of went super viral during the pandemic. And a lot of people, that's when they started to pick up on you. But you've been doing this for a long time.
Long time, yeah.
Long time, more than 7 years or so.
But yeah, about 8.5 years now.
8.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I ask what originally started you in comedy overall? Not just the Ring doorbell, because I'm pretty sure you guys are very creative, come up with new ideas every day. Right. What was the initial push into comedy? Was it just typical, you funny, go ahead?
You know what it was that a lot of people I was around, like family, my sister-in-law, they was just like, "Man, you funny, you should try comedy." And thank God for the era of social media, because it made it easier to jump into it without having to be out in front of people. You know what I'm saying?
So it kind of like lessens the workload in terms of grabbing an audience.
But I'm not gonna say lessens the workload, but you kind of a little bit more comfortable putting yourself out there, because if they don't like it, at least they're not telling you to your face. It's one thing, you got to think, when comedy before social media, comedy was pretty much going to an open mic.
Right, correct, right. So you kind of like skip past go and collected 200.
Yeah,
think about it.
yeah.
You
The game
were able to generate a large audience off of social media, and now you're getting the gigs. That's the crazy part, how it works. It's almost like a backwards move, but it works in your favor.
In your favor. And the thing about it is that it worked for some people. It works in your favor. Some people it don't, because doing it this way, once you gain the following and now they ready to book you and put you on these stages, if you haven't perfected that part of it, chat, then you're gonna struggle. And
this is where it gets tricky for you guys as social media comedians, because now when you have to go, stand up next to someone who's been doing just stand-up comedy, you're getting a different feel of what comedy is on that aspect, and now you got to perform there. So is it difficult to switch up like that? Have to go? No,
I'm cold. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm better live than I am on social media.
Oh,
yeah. So because when I started, I was working both simultaneously. So I was going to do the open mics, and then I was doing the social media at the same time. So I was building a both, because I knew, okay, if I get all these followers and they want to see me live, what I'm gonna give them. Right. So it put me in a position where it was like, okay, well, let me do these open mics. So I was kind of like just sharpening the knife and still doing social media. And once I figured social media out, I put my all into my stand-up, into writing it and getting that together. So now, you know what I'm saying? I've done shows with Mike Epps and Michael Black. And
so you're making moves.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. When do you receive positive feedback from the higher up comedians, the ones that have been doing it a lot longer? Yeah. They always commend you on your work.
Yeah. Just recently, I did a show with Earthquake.
Oh God! Remember from Comedy Central?
Yeah, that's my boy. And
I want to put air in my mama name.
Them commercials. And Quake, Quake complimented me. A lot of veteran comedians that have seen me. They always, Tony Roberts seen me in Detroit.
Oh my God, I love Tony Roberts.
Yeah,
that dude, man.
Yeah, and Tony said, I was on stage one night, and when I came off, Tony was like, "Hey, you up next, man."
That's what's up. I'm happy to hear that. So let me ask you a question. If you had to, who would you say is your all-time favorite comedian, inspiration?
Kevin Hart. And I'm gonna say this because of this. I feel like Kevin is the closest thing to a blueprint that we have as far as growing from social media. A lot of people don't know Kev was using MySpace and stuff like that to build his following. A lot of people,
and then he did Paper Soldiers.
Yeah, so I like him as a business person. I like him as an actor. I like him as a comedian. So just as a full body of work, he's the inspiration. I feel like he laid the blueprint out for a lot of us to be successful.
Okay, that's a lot of people there's a lot of ambivalence when it comes to Kevin Hart. You know that some people have their opinions about him. I generally think he's funny. Now, here's the thing that he's able to do, though. He's able to switch and do serious acting. Is that something you see yourself doing in the future?
Yeah. I think
you would prefer serious comedy like Jamie Foxx did, all of them.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Yeah, I don't want to do.
Don't go smacking nobody now. It's just
I ain't gonna do that.
don't do that now.
I don't want to go. I don't want to be just. I don't know. Eddie Murphy. I thought Eddie Murphy was a great actor. You know what I'm saying? And I want to kind of go that lane because when I first started doing the social media stuff, I used to do a lot of character work. So I used to play a sugar daddy character named Mr. James, and that I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was
sugar daddy character. Speaking of sugar daddies, real quick, let me interject with this. You were starting a show about cougars.
I'm still doing that.
You're still in the process of doing that. So my question to you is this: since you're starting a show, what if you get some badass cougars though, like bad bitches that don't even?
No, I got some that's knocking on 50. That is bad. Like it's some very beautiful women that's gonna be on this
above 45.
Above 45.
So it don't matter if they went through menopause. They don't got nothing to do with you. Now you know
nothing to do with me.
It's good to go.
No.
Good to go. You
I think the
choppy.
oldest. I think the oldest we have is like 60, 66.
So really quickly, give us a gist of what this show is going to be about because I have every intention of watching this shit.
Okay. So pretty much the show is going to be me looking for love, and
But for you to call them a cougar, now
yeah,
if you don't like, I know your man. Men don't care about saying their age. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh, so is it really cougar if she's 45 and you're 32? What's the
Yeah,
age gap for
she's
cougarism?
13. She's 30. If she's 45, she's 13 years older. Like that's.
So is it anything over 10 years that makes them a cougar?
I feel like what makes you a cougar, it has nothing to do with my age. It has everything to do with your age as the woman. It's her age. It's not
But
my
there's
age.
got to be a cutoff at, like, you could say,
Well,
all right, we're
she's not
5 years
considered.
apart. That's not
Okay, so
bad. 10 years, like, you an old bitch. You a cougar.
she's not considered a cougar if we are within at least 3 years of each other. So
So anything over 3?
so she's 45 and I'm 42.
So wait, let me ask you a question. You're 32. So if you date a 37-year-old, she's a cougar?
So she's I would say I got this older chick. That's what I would say. I got this older chick. Once you get into them 40s, you a cougar. Like
Okay,
you
40s. Anything above 40 is cougar.
a cougar.
So if you're 20 and you're talking to a 32-year-old, is that a cougar?
That's a saber tooth.
That's a pedophile.
Yeah, that I mean, if I'm 20,
We just gonna call that a pedophile.
if I'm a
Don't
20,
even
if
try
I'm
to
20, what?
classify.
If I'm 20, what? How old?
20. If you're 20 and she's 32,
20 and she 32. That ain't really bad though.
that's not bad.
That
That's
ain't
so
really
that's not
bad.
cougar.
That ain't really bad. She then at me being 20, I would have been like, I got this older chick. I wouldn't have called her a cougar.
You know what's so funny though? We call it like y'all call it cougar if it's an older woman, because like for some reason it's not as frowned upon as if it were a man talking
Right,
to a younger girl. If
right,
that was a
right,
younger girl, she'd be a Lolita and he'd be a pervert, and that'd be
right,
the end of that.
right.
That would be the end of that, unless he was Hugh Hef and he had bunnies.
And he had money.
Outside of that, that was the only person I knew that actively got away with it because R. Kelly did not.
R. Kelly got away with it for a long time.
Yeah, but he couldn't pull no Hugh Hef move though. He couldn't. He tried to have a harem. It just didn't work out. Now you being from
Why
Illinois,
though? You
right?
know why though?
Of course.
Okay.
Us brown people, we just don't. They don't give it
Doing. We can't just be doing. Listen, and we as black people, we got to stop doing stuff like that. My grandmother fought for us to not.
That
We
is
can't be getting
Harriet
in
Tubman.
trouble for
That
that
is
type
not
of
your
stuff. My grandmother
grandmother.
fought for us to do that.
Okay, so my question is this: Illinois, that's where you're from.
Yeah.
Okay. Any specific part?
The west side of Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of shit is going down in Chicago. Like, y'all got some heavy artillery in Chicago. That's a fucking military base. All them dudes over there clapping need to go for the army because they so talented at that shit. They don't miss.
It's crazy. No, I mean, a lot of times they do miss. A lot of times they shooting the wrong people. For real, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I mean, and so, like, how does that make you feel, though? Because I know you try to laugh a lot of things off, because that's the good thing about being like comedic. You guys have a very positive outlook on situations. So you hit it from a comedic angle. But I know at some point, it's not always that funny.
No, it's not funny. Let me tell you something. I think the problem is that, we all don't, it takes for you to be affected by it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, of course. Personal experience.
Before that comedic stuff, get out of your head. Like it takes. So, I was affected by it last year. My brother was killed
I'm so sorry to hear that. My condolences to your family.
Yeah. So when you're affected by it, it just opens up your eyes just to how senseless and just how dumb some of this stuff is, man.
And no one appreciates life.
It's like
there's lack of appreciation when it comes to life.
It's like they'll take it from you like it's nothing, and they go on to live. They like it's. I mean, it's some scary shit. I know. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I'm from New York, and I have to honestly say, like, when I wake up, I watch New York 1. I don't know what y'all have over there. Maybe Chicago 1.
We got
Whatever.
Chicago. We got Chicago Media Takeout. Yeah, that's on. Well, that's our social media page that just let us know everything that's happening.
Okay, so here we have a lot of that, but I watch New York One, and I wake up and I see, violence on a daily basis. But then when I go on social media, I get an idea of what's going on across the nation. Yeah. And Chicago has to be one of the most violent states that I've ever seen, aside from New York. I'm like, whoa, Detroit, but Chicago's high up on the list. And it's so unfortunate because when I think about it, I'm like, damn, there's so much talent coming out of Chicago. We're gonna go on a quick commercial break. And then we're gonna get a little closer to you, Mojo. Just a little thing.
I'm fine with that.
All right now. So that was a quick commercial. Make sure you guys check that out. That's an advertisement going on in Atlanta. So support. So we're back. Mojo Brooks. Mojo, you're a parent.
Huh?
You're a parent.
I am.
Right? You are. How many?
One.
I only seen one. I was just double checking if you knew. Yeah, all right now. Niggas be out here having kids. They just keep
just the one. Just the one.
Just the one. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Does your child have access to social media?
No.
So she doesn't know how funny Daddy is?
She tells me I'm funny all the time, but that's within our personal relationship.
Okay.
I put her in a couple videos with me. So she knows. Okay. She knows.
Does she ever take you serious when you try to because I'm gonna be honest with you. If Eddie Murphy or Kevin Hart or anybody was my dad, I'd be like, nigga, get the fuck out.
No, you wouldn't though. You wouldn't because it's your dad.
How you take that serious when you know that everything's a joke?
But here's the thing. With my daughter is I have to when I need her to know I'm serious, I gotta go into a certain tone. And I have to have a certain look. And it's so hard for me to stay in that place because she's my soft spot. You know what I'm saying?
I see you guys are always in pictures together doing things
that's
together.
my
It's
girl.
So nice to watch.
That's my look. I got her everywhere. That's my girl. So when she take when it's time, she takes me serious. Last night we was playing around. And I was like, it's time for bed. And then she kind of did this little, because she's funny. My daughter is hilarious.
She's comical too. So it runs in the blood.
She is hilarious.
It runs in the blood.
So no, just the one. And she when it's time to be serious, she takes me serious.
Okay, good. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, this is my dad. I'll be like,
in her head, she probably does that. In her head,
I'll cooperate, of course.
Yeah. I think that's probably. Okay. I think that might be the attitude that she has.
All right. So your real name isn't Mojo.
No,
it's not. How did you get the name Mojo? Because people associate Mojo with some sort of a swag or something like that.
So before I started doing comedy, I used to be a party promoter. And the name of our promotion team was the Mojo Boys, and it was because of our swag and all that stuff. So. What we would do, we would just take Mojo and then put whatever we wanted on the back end of that to make our name. So I could never come up with nothing. So we just came up, we just said, put my last name on there, and we came up with Mojo Brooks. And, I kind of just kept it when I started doing comedy, I didn't rebrand. I just jumped right into it, and that was my name, and I stayed with it.
Okay, so real quick, if you had to share a cell with somebody, would it be R. Kelly or Young Thug?
Wow.
As a comedian, listen, all that talent, I'm just saying, if you had a choice, who would it be?
Man, to share a cell? Young Thug is different, man. R. Kelly.
He wear dresses. I wouldn't play with that
one. You know what? I'll go.
Stay with Illinois, nigga.
I'll kick it with Rob, I guess. Man.
Stay with Kelly. At least he got the bitches. They might be a little young.
Yeah. But they were saying he like boys too.
He do?
Yeah.
When did that come out?
In the last, and when he was on trial in New York, it was a boy that.
Oh, you're right. Well, that must have got tucked away because I don't really hear too much about that anymore.
Yeah, but they because they on to the new stuff now. They got him on trial up here, so.
All right, you ready? Fuck one, marry one, kill one. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
You like cougars. All right. Lisa
ready.
Ray, Oprah Winfrey, or Governor Hochul.
You
All
said
three. Those are your options. Governor Hochul, who's the governor of New York, Oprah
okay.
Winfrey, or Vivica Fox. All three. Fuck
No,
one,
you
marry one,
said
kill one.
Lisa Ray at first. Don't cheat me. You said
Listen, Lisa. Well, all right. So I'll give you Lisa Ray.
all right.
Hochul,
What's my
Winfrey,
options
Lisa Ray.
again?
Fuck one, marry one, kill one. Let's go. 10 seconds. 1,
I'm fucking Lisa Ray.
2, 3, 4,
If
5.
my
Don't kill Oprah. That's stupid.
if
6,
my auntie Monique is watching this,
7,
it's just a question. But I'm gonna
8,
marry Oprah. I'm gonna marry Oprah.
9.
And I don't know who the governor of New York is, so she
You gonna
dead.
kill her.
She dead.
Smart move. I just want to see how smart you are because I know damn well everybody in the world would marry Oprah, gay or straight.
For real.
A dog would marry that bitch.
For
I'll
real.
marry her and I'm not gay. I'd be like,
Yeah.
listen, man, we're about to be best friends like you and Gail.
Yeah.
Man, listen, Mojo, what have you got going on that people need to look out for? Because I see you got a comedy show coming up with Justice Hilarious, D-Ray Davis, and a couple of other comedians.
Yeah, so right now they got the well, first of all, I'm on my own. I got my own comedy tour that I'm running through comedy clubs.
I saw
the
that.
Toxic But Funny comedy tour, which has been doing well. We've been selling out everywhere.
When are you coming to the East Coast?
I'll be
you see, you fucked up because you're gonna kill Governor Hochul. Now you ain't coming to the East Coast. That's what I'm talking about.
Home. They're not gonna let me come. Damn. Well, we can have a threesome, Miss Governor. It could be me, you, and so to answer your question though, so I'll be in Columbus, Ohio this Sunday.
Okay.
But
got family in Ohio.
Yeah. So the Real Talk comedy tour with D-Ray Davis and Ricky Smile and Jess Hilarious. So I'm doing 5 dates with them. I'm doing both Chicago dates. I'll be in New Jersey, September 24th.
Oh, well, you know what? Guess what? I'm very close to New Jersey, so I'll be sure to come to that one. Slide me some tickets, please.
Say less. I'm pretty sure they're going to give me a few tickets.
Can I bring this big old ass outside?
Yes, you can bring it. Bring it on out.
Bring it.
I believe
so wait, real quick. Is Mojo single?
No comment.
Okay. Yeah, ladies, that means go ahead. Try.
Yeah, no comment. You know, the thing about that is that you know, yeah, no comment. But go ahead.
So it's okay for them to slide in your DM.
Yeah, they can.
All right, ladies, slip and slide.
It's okay for them.
Ladies, talk to the minds.
Hold on, let me answer that. It's okay for them to come in. I'm not sure if I'm going to respond, depending on who it is.
But make a fake page. I got you.
Okay. I don't fall for the fake pages.
All right. So listen, you said September 24th you'll be in Jersey. So Columbus, Ohio, New Jersey. How long is this tour going on for?
Well, my tour is going. I plan on running it until December, and then I have a major announcement, but I can't talk about it right now. As far as what my dates will be for next year. But
this is going on for some time now.
Yeah,
longevity in this tour.
Yeah. So the tour, the Toxic But Funny, it will be finished in December. The Real Talk tour, I'll do 5 dates with them. The last date I'll do is the last 2 dates I'll do is in Houston and Dallas. Houston November the 18th, Dallas to November the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I said, as far as dates, I have 30 dates already for next year, but I can't really talk about the details.
So this is going to be big.
Yeah.
This next move is huge.
It's huge. Yeah.
I can see you on TV. Like totally.
I should be on there.
Totally see you on film.
Yeah.
And I know you're working on some stuff.
Yeah.
But it's okay. That's part of being Mojo. Keep that a secret because you know you gotta keep that swag. But
yeah,
can I ask you a question? So say for instance, if I was stink and I didn't let you in.
Right.
And you were on my Ring doorbell right now, how would you act? I'm not letting you in. Stop calling my phone. Don't come to my house. And I'm going to talk to you through the Ring doorbell. Motherfucker, get from my motherfucking door. Stop fucking playing with me. Stop calling me stink because you know I don't fucking stink and I'm going to fuck you up if I have to come outside.
I'm going to be like, see, you just what I'm saying. Bitches go out and get this new booty and they want to act like they want to act like they can't talk to me.
Talk to that Ring doorbell.
They want to act like they can't talk to me. First of all, do you think another nigga gonna want? They only gonna want you for that ass, bitch. I love you. You might as well come on, come open the door. Let me in this house. Stop fucking playing with me, Stink.
Oh my God, I swear to God, you like I don't think you can ever get tired of that. And you know, I think the funniest thing about you is the tonality of your voice.
Yeah.
Not just the accent that you have, but the tonality. It's not there's a pitch to it that makes it comical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's always a blessing because to be designed with that vocal cord that gives you that ability, you know what I'm saying?
Not
Like
to
shit,
not to be designed with it.
you're designed with that shit. God made you that way, man.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the reason why I have to bring God into this is because at the end of the day, He's the the end all be all for all of our opportunities. Absolutely. And I have to say that I'm so thrilled for you, Mojo. I don't think I could be even happier to see what I've seen in the last 2 years from you.
Thank you.
I've seen you catapult yourself literally into another space, and I didn't see any handouts.
Thank you.
Not one.
I didn't get it.
I ain't see a nigga rub an elbow.
Nigga didn't do it.
I saw you do this shit. I tell people all the time.
And you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate it this way. Because I don't want nobody can walk around and say I owe them anything.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Anything that I've done, I've worked for it and I've earned it. So yeah, and I thank you for noticing. You know, sometimes when you're living in it,
you're so busy.
You're so busy, you don't even realize, I used to go out in the public and maybe one or two people would notice me and that'll be it. And, then, it gradually become more. And now it's like, it don't matter where I go.
Everybody is like, that's that Ring doorbell guy.
Yes, that dude. Yeah, can I get it? And it's like, you living in a progression and you seeing the numbers go up and like you seeing it, but the effect that you're having on the people around you don't even notice it sometimes. So I'm like you said, God, I wouldn't be here without him. I'm blessed. And
I'm so happy.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
I'm truly happy for you. But that looks like a gamer chair you're sitting on. You're a gamer?
You know what? I play the games, but I like this chair because it's comfortable. And I normally see here when I go live and stuff.
And it's all fancy, black and white.
Yeah.
This pretty chair, man. I'm like, you want to play video games?
Yeah. This my. And
if you did play a video game, what would your name be on the gamer systems?
Mojo Brooks.
You just keep okay. So what about in metaverse?
In the metaverse, my name is Mojo Brooks.
Oh, so you're involved. You're into NFTs and metaverse.
Not necessarily NFTs, but I got the VFR setup. I've been into the metaverse. I did they got a comedy club in there.
I seen that. They got strip clubs in the metaverse. Niggas is robbing each other in the metaverse.
So I haven't been on there in a while because I've been kind of like waiting for them to further develop it. But you just reminded me that it's something that I want to do tonight. So I'm gonna do that tonight.
Yeah, some extra money ain't never gonna hurt nobody.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get on there and see what it is. Yeah.
We got a little bit of time left, Mojo. Is there anything that you want to let the world know about what you got going on? What to look out for?
The Cougar Love show.
Cougar Love. And when will that launch?
So right now we're still in the early production part of it.
That takes months. You guys gonna be going at it for a while.
Yeah, we just picked all of the girls.
So all of the women. They mamas,
all of the aunties,
some of them is grandmamas.
Yeah, so we got those all picked out. So right now we just in the process of getting the rest of the stuff together, finding a house to house these people. And
so wait, they ain't gonna be fighting and shit over you, right?
I can't answer that.
I hope the fuck not, Mojo, because
it's gonna be good.
If you do that.
It's gonna be good. I mean, some of the challenges that they're gonna have to do are gonna be so funny because they're older. So it's gonna be challenges that challenge.
It's like watching a person put Wi-Fi together.
Man, this shit is going to be
like Mercedes on a pole in Peace Valley.
I think what I can say. I've written a lot of things. I think this show is like one. We got to be like top 5 things that I've ever written, putting on paper, and I'm excited to get started on it. I got a movie that I'm working on as well, where I'm playing this big time music producer. I can't really talk too much about that, but I actually started shooting that in October.
So you're playing a movie producer. So this kind of gives me Dreamgirls vibes.
No. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit more serious than that. I can't go into it, but we could talk. Me and you could talk about that, but not a lot. But it's gonna be it's gonna be a great movie. It's gonna be a great movie.
I think that at this
I'm
point,
on my P Diddy shit in this movie.
You did.
I'm on my P Diddy shit, man.
So you got a Young Miami.
Real bad.
Okay, I hear that shit. Well, you know he got a Young Miami and then some other shit too.
Yeah, I guess.
So,
you
don't want to be all over the place like that, though. Listen,
where's this interview gonna be at?
Where's this interview?
Yeah, so I can watch it.
This interview is gonna be everywhere. Patreon, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook.
Okay.
We're spreading the love.
Spreading
the love, because I don't know if you know, Chela's been around for a very long time. I worked with DJ Clay Say, all the God rest his soul. I've worked with so many people, and now
I had to do my research.
Oh no!
And I saw that I saw that blue check, that 2.6 million. I said, wait a minute. Yeah, I went on your page and I seen all ass, and I was like, okay, I gotta get off this page. I have to get off of here. Oh my God!
You know what's so crazy? That's just fat. This is where the brains is at. The brains,
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that ass though.
I know. It's big.
How you walk around with that all day?
My back hurt.
I know it, do. You need somebody to rub it.
I do.
I'm gonna tell you something. My auntie,
but I don't qualify.
If she had got hers done, if she had to walk, I'm talking about she had to walk through the. Okay, let me go on here, man.
Listen, you tell your auntie, Harriet, Harriet. Guys, I don't know if y'all know. Come on, educate yourself. That is not his aunt. That is Harriet Tubman. I hope y'all know that but you know it's so sad, Mojo. Most people ain't gonna know till she on the $20 bill. They gonna be like, I know that lady. That's Mojo aunt.
That's right.
Because the world we live in today is like. But real quick question before we end this conversation, I want to know, what do you think about some of the stuff that's going on social media? When you watch the shit that you see or Shade Room and shit like that, I know after it becomes redundant, you're like, man, motherfucker, if y'all don't, because you made a comment the other day that seemed like it was in reference to the Irv Gotti Ashanti situation.
That was definitely in reference.
It was definitely in reference to that. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of people were displeased with the comments that Irv Gotti made. Again, I feel like what you said was pretty accurate. Like, be careful who you have sex with, because you're kind of accountable for that as well. Because a nigga having a big mouth, he ain't just have a big mouth.
Yeah,
he had a big mouth. He was that kind of guy all along.
All along, yeah. I just think, here's the thing. I mean, it's good that they had that type of platform. It gives us shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I think a lot of stuff is just like, like the Blueface stuff.
Oh my God, Jesus!
I think they need to stop giving that so much attention, man.
They're giving it too much attention. And the thing about it is, the more attention they give, the faster they're gonna end up on Snap. That's all I'm saying.
For real. Because the more, and I think they should cut back.
Yeah, the social media is making that relationship way more volatile.
Way more, yeah, and it's making it way more toxic than
of course, 100%. Those people are, now they're the world is involved in their relationship, so they care about what people think, even though they claim they don't.
They don't, but
they post it for the attention, and when the negative feedback kicks into high gear, then here they go cursing the world out and then fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, break up,
man. And I really, like I said, I don't get in people's business. I don't know who need to leave who or who's treating who the worst. I don't care. But I just think they need to stop. They need to stop putting that shit out there, man, because it's this
is worse than Ring Doorbell.
It's worse, man. It's worse
than Ring Doorbell, right?
I'm the king of toxic. So I just, to see it in real life, though, to see that type of relationship, and I don't think that's an ugly girl.
No, not by a long shot. I think she was, from what it appears, I'm just going to say this really quickly before we get off. She's a beautiful girl, but you could tell she comes from a home and a family structure of disadvantage. And when that happens, a lot of the times people don't understand that they suffer from issues of abandonment, et cetera, et cetera. So you grow with these mental health problems and you just learn to deal, but you don't realize that when you finally get into a relationship of comfort, you start projecting.
The projector.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what's happening. Because I bitched a little bit of school with psychology
I
and
was
shit.
going to say, I say you sound like a therapist.
Yeah, I sound a little smart. But
Yeah,
I loved talking to you, and
yeah, I
having
enjoyed
you
it.
as a guest was amazing. And I hope that next year we're both in different places, and when we do this again, we're
Oh,
sitting.
we have a lot more to talk about. It's not, and I'm gonna tell you, it's not a matter of if. We will be in
We
both. We will
will.
both be in different
We
places.
will.
We'll be
I
in great
like
places.
the manifestation, the
Yeah,
positive
get that shit out
energy.
there, cause we
Yeah,
here,
Virgo
we here
moon
to
is
stay.
up. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Mojo, I love you. Thank
I
you for
love you too. Thank
instinct.
you for having me.
And I got you. Ladies, slide. He said slip and slide. Just, it
Make
depends
sure
on
you
who you
got your
are.
shit together though before you come. I'm not paying nobody's bills or none of that. No,
He ain't buying Chanel bag
I'm
shoes.
not doing nothing. I'm not doing none of that. No, I got some dick for you. That's it. That's all I
Oh,
got.
shit. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mojo Brooks.
Thank y'all,
Thank you,
man.
baby.
Appreciate you for
Have a
having me.
good one.
All right.
So unfortunately, my headphones died. But ladies and gentlemen, that was Mojo Brooks. We definitely have to talk about a few things before my next guest comes on. Um, I'm going to go over a couple of things with you guys. I wanted to say that in light of everything that's happening, I hope that every kid has a beautiful and prosperous school year. School is about to start in maybe less 2 weeks. Start putting kids to bed early, start getting them ready. Things are kicking back into gear. We're getting to have a state of normalcy, I guess they would say. The CDC has lifted some of the requirements and guidelines in regards to COVID-19. And so, we have a lot to look forward to. Be careful if you see some lumps and bumps, it could possibly be monkeypox. Stay away from it. And just try to stay on your health. Try to take vitamins, eat well. A lot of things are changing and you don't want to be compromised by that. But really quickly, speaking of schools, I saw something on the Shade Room in regards to a teacher who was like, voluptuous, shaped well. And it turns out that they're asking for this woman to be let go because of the fact that she's garnering too much attention in regards to the shape of her body. Now, it kills me with that because, I don't know her ethnicity. More than likely, I could probably guess where she is, but I'm not going to. But that's neither here nor there. The bigger issue is, why are you frowning on someone whose structure is what it is? It's not like the woman is naked. She's fully clothed. She just happens to be wearing things that are a little bit more form fitting. Now, the reason why it's an issue because half of the teachers that we knew growing up, they weren't shaped well. They, like if you had an attractive teacher, it was like, wow, but for the most part, they were shaped like sacks of laundry, right? So nobody cared what they look like, what they dress like. 1 second, people. Right. And I'm back. So yeah. So take for instance me. If I was a teacher, why would I have to lose my job because of my appearance? Right? That's a little bit, extreme when you think about it. And what I'm trying to understand is at the end of the day, why is that an issue? If she's a good teacher, she's doing her job, the children are learning. I mean, they're going to be distracted by other things because kids are distracted all the time. I highly doubt that, whatever grade she's teaching, which almost looks like elementary or probably early kindergarten, why would the kids even care about her shape at that age? I think people are just extreme just to be extreme as usual, and they use it for the wrong reasons. At the end of the day, I'm trying to make sure this is straight. Help me out. At the end of the day, if she's doing her job, the rest shouldn't matter. So yeah. Aside from that, I look forward to having my next guest. I hope you guys love Caribbean comedy because the next person I'm bringing is a Caribbean comedian. She's one of my favorites. I've started following her again, just like my last guest, on social media, and just admiring her work. Julie Mango, she's amazing. So if you guys already don't know who she is and you guys are familiar with Patois, make sure you go and check her out because Julie Mango she's pretty dope. But she'll be here shortly. In the meantime, in between time, I'm having like little weird technical issues today, guys. Don't even pay it no mind. Let's just forget about it. But yeah, there's just so much going on. And back to the school thing, sending your children to school. If you're more worried about the teacher being a distraction, you should probably worry about the devices that your children have. That's more of a distraction than the teachers itself. I don't think a teacher shaped voluptuous is as much of an issue as it is with a child having access to a phone and an iPad, at their leisure. Social media is more of a distraction, if anything. The phones and the iPads and any type of electronic that takes them away from whatever natural ability they should be developing, that's the distraction, not the teacher. And it's unfortunate because you guys fire her, she's just gonna get a job somewhere else. Someone will hire her. You're not really getting anything done, because if she earned her stripes and she didn't do anything illegal, good luck getting her out, you know. But then again, I don't know how things work in New Jersey because this happens to be in New Jersey. I know in New York they wouldn't have a leg to stand on because she would go right to the DOE and fight for her rights, and that'll be the end of that. How a person looks, I don't think is as much of a concern as how they act or perform. So yeah, let's just do away with that kind of ignorance. But yeah, on the news, I've been seeing a lot of things. Of course, there's a governor's race coming up in November. You guys stay tuned for that. Make sure you watch closely. There's early voting going on, and get involved. Pay attention to who your congressperson is, who your area leader is, who your district leader is, things of that nature, because we're getting to a point where people need to start paying attention to the constant change in laws and things of that nature. And we're trying to, get a hold of some of these things. There's a lot of new developments coming into place, and it affects, residents in certain areas. And these things could affect us tax-wise. So, next week, I'm going to be filling you guys in on, all these things involving finance, a lot of the basic questions people have in terms of like sole proprietorships and LLCs and taxes and what can be a write-off and what can't. And, things that we need to stay involved in and pay attention to, because a lot of us are spending more money than we need to. And it's only because of the fact that we don't know any better. There's loopholes for everything. And this is why I'm asking people to, pay attention to the news, read, stay involved, because you could be giving yourself tax breaks all across the board. Because, I know a lot of people like, oh yeah, put a Democrat in office. I don't really care for that. You guys want to vote for it, go right ahead. But me personally, I don't really care for Democrats and their views. I feel like they have this whole thing where they choose to buy the people and then manipulate them in doing so. That's my take on it. Again, we're not here to have a political conversation. You guys don't have to worry about it. It's not a debate. It's just my take on it. But yeah, moving forward, try to do what you can. Pay attention to what's going on. Apparently, they also, I don't know if you guys know what's going on in the South. There's a outbreak of E. coli. Now, if you guys don't know about E. coli, it's super damaging to the digestive system, well, to the intestinal tract rather. Try your hardest to avoid, certain things if you can. There's a lot going on food-wise. A lot of things that are making people sick. So much that I'm seeing every single day, like, more and more contaminations. It's so sickening. I just hope that we all make it through unscathed, at least a little, or most of us, But for the most part, I just want to see everyone be on the up and up and do well. And thank you guys for tuning in too. I got so much more. Y'all ready? It's about to get good. Okay. So yeah. So much going on. So I'm looking forward to Black Panther 2. I hope you guys are, because I know that when that drops, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be big. I'm so interested in seeing who the new Black Panther is. They won't share. But I know the trailer damn near made me cry. I was impressed. Totally impressed. I was like, here we go again. Another beautifully made Black film. We just keep winning, don't we? Don't we? Spread that love. Yeah. And in other news, we were discussing the whole Blueface Krishan Rock, and it's interesting because when I saw that, that she was missing some hair in the back of her head, and then they went on to say, you know, that he had nothing to do with what happened to her. She had got jumped by girls. Then she's saying it's not a big deal. Couples fight, things like that. And I'm going to tell you like this, domestic abuse is domestic abuse. Whether you tolerate it or not, it doesn't change what's happening. How you take it is all a personal preference, but it doesn't change what is actually happening. Because by law, if you call the cops and show them that he hit you, it'd be a domestic violence scenario. Now, it turns out that he ended up letting her get arrested because she swung on him. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're such a punk, you're such a punk. Honestly, he's really not. Hitting her back would be way worse. So honestly, I'm all for, you know, however it played out, that kept both of them safe. You know, I don't particularly care for the status and the nature of the relationship. I wish all of them the best. I mean, to be honest with you, when I think about social media overall and how it treats people's personal lives, it's kind of exhausting because you don't get a break. And I feel like the more you share, the more you experience. You know, people always say, "Oh, you don't post your personal business. You're super private. You choose not to share things, and you don't let people in to who you are. And people should, you know, have access to some information about you because you've been a social media personality for some time." I don't apologize for it. The answer is no. I will never do it. I choose not to share because honestly, I prefer to keep my personal life under control. It's hard to do that when you have so many eyes, ears, and mouths on the situation. You know, some people are comfortable with it. Some people are not. Me personally, I'll go with not. Um, but you know, it's hard.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was gonna ask you that tonight. So
Really.
you hit that on the nose. I was gonna ask you like what was your perspective on the topic you were just talking about with Blueface, but I'm gonna log back off because um your next guest is here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome my next guest. Super duper funny, amazing Instagram personality. She's from Jamaica. Her name is Julie Mango. Make sure you check her out. Hilarious. Julie, you make it.
Wait, my name is spelled wrong. Oh gosh, is there any way for me to correct it?
Yes. Go
How me do that?
I can check. I can do it right quick.
Yeah. Check out the Juliet Bodley too. I don't know what was happening, but I was trying to get something to eat. Quick, quick,
I
quick.
was looking and I was like, what is that? How did that get there?
Julie.
You
How you
correct it?
doing?
It has said Julie Mango. Wow.
Can you put the E instead of a R instead of an E?
Yeah, I was typing it real fast.
No, Jesus Christ. So good evening, Julie.
Good evening.
So a lot of people are starting to see your work. You know, somebody posted plenty of time, right?
Yes. No, what happened? Let me explain to you. It took, I was rushing to get ready, and then I don't even get to comb down my baby hair like good nor not like that. But anyways,
Look at this. You just smell about that. All right.
God is good.
Yes, he is. Julie, you've been at it for some time now, though.
2 years.
2 years. Let me tell you something. You climbed quick.
Or almost 2 years. So December 8th will make 2 years.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. You started off back home, right?
No, as I was in the US. I'm living in Missouri. I've been living in Missouri, and I started my first TikTok post, comedy related and stuff like that, was December 8th, 2020.
Mm-hmm. So 2 years, and you look at where you're at. I see you do so much promotion for people. I see you there with Ding Dong Ravers at shows, coffee, all of these people. I said, Jesus, she just in the right place all the time.
Oh, it think loud.
Yes, Julie, I'm watching and I repost your comedy all the time because you remind me of family members. You remind me, like, you're dead. Yo, I've shown people, because, you know, we have Caribbean comedians all over the place, right? The thing about it is Caribbean comedians are now starting to gain the positive acknowledgement, because for a long time, they weren't getting it. But why do you think that is, Julie? Why do you think that they have a hard time appreciating Caribbean comedy here in the United States?
The first thing is the language. You see,
you have to understand it, right?
Yeah, we speak patois.
Right.
And it's very hard to be funny in broken English. Like, suppose I came on and said to you, boy, Chela, I had such a hard day. It was so stressing. Versus boy, Chela, me I tell you, say me almost drop down. Me stress out. My body I come down. Body come like I said. Hurt I run red sister. You understand? So it's a lot hard. It's a lot harder to be funny. And then it's more authentic when we speak patois. You know what I mean? Even though we know how to speak standard English. So I think that's why. And then the Caribbean. You see, because the Caribbean has so many different dialects too.
Right. When you think
You know?
about it, you have people that's, they come from Grenada, Trinidad, things like
Yeah.
that. But you see, I grew up because my family, they Jamaican on my father's side, right? So growing up, I was always around it. So I've always heard the little jokes. I get them. So when I watch your skits, I'm like, Julie is doing it again. Jesus Christ. Like, here she go again. And even the last one, I have to say, I loved it because you're an advocate for mental health.
Yeah.
An advocate for mental health. Now, I don't like to pry into people's personal business, but
No, man, pray away, man. Pray away. Is this a gray hair?
No, Julia, fine.
I usually use eyeliner to cover them up. Oh, the stresses of yes.
So let me ask you a question. What is your relationship with mental health?
Well, I attempted suicide 3 times. The first time I attempted it in November 2012, and then 2 times after that. And then when I was a little girl, straight up through high school into adulthood, I used to do self-mutilation. I would cut you can still see, let me bring it in there.
Oh, wow.
No, that I want burn from kickboxing. Sorry, may I try get slim. See there? So you can see the scars on my hands. So I used to do self-mutilation. I used to drink poisonous substances. My official diagnosis is borderline personality disorder. Right. And so that's one of the most difficult mental health issues
to tackle, right? Because it's just a shift in mood.
Right. Next to schizophrenia and bipolar, right? Borderline personality is hectic. So right throughout high school, I was cutting myself. People used to call me a freak. I had very good friends who would, stick by me and not allow people to make fun of me, but it still happened. And the reason that it kind of happened is because of the stigma associated with mental health in Jamaica. And that's just what my advocacy is about. Know that I am on the other side of where I can live a good life, meaning I still have anxiety and stuff like that, but I know how to deal with it. I know how to use coping mechanisms and not shorts out, you know what I mean? So that's what the advocacy is about, to try to remove the stigma in Jamaica and let people know so them can get help. You don't have to live sad all the time.
Because you know how it is, Julie. One thing, and it's not even just Jamaica. I think it's Black people in general have a tendency to do away with mental health. We dismiss it. You know how, in America, somebody will be crazy in the family. They'll be like, oh, don't pay him no mind. He's just crazy. Or in Jamaica, they'd be like, something mad. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy because when you think about it, like, they are so quick to make it seem as though nothing is wrong when genetically we have faults.
And it's coming from way back. It's because we are accustomed to being on the receiving end of slavery. And so we're accustomed to
because we're so used to being survivors.
Right. That strong Black survivor instinct. It's still kind of innocent. Sometimes we don't even pay attention to the fact that we are soft, tender-hearted beings that need love, appreciation, and understanding.
So let me ask you a question real quick. Nothing make a joke about it, but it's worth it. It's worth the joke. So you have borderline personality disorder, and you have plenty personality. I done seen Julie play about 3, 4, 5 different personalities. So I said, you know what? She take our mental health and she put it all to work. She put it all to work. She said, all over gonna work. Every single piece of personality is gonna work.
That's right. I'm like, listen, all of you have been dealing with me my entire life. It's time. Let's make some money. How about it? How about we do this thing? Yeah.
So do you get a lot of support from your family about the comedy skits and things of that nature?
Not really. My family is kind of old-fashioned, and it's nothing different from your regular 80s baby boomer family. They want you to be a lawyer or a doctor. And in fact, I spent 20 years as an engineer, and that, I think, contributed a big percentage to the worsening of my mental health because I was not doing anything that I loved. So I was an engineer for 20 hard years. Wait, no, I can't 20 hard. Me lie, man. 15. It's About like right. Round it off to 17 years.
17 years. Okay. So because I see you do a lot of stuff with JMB and all them places, and I'm like, she know her stuff about stocks and everything. That's not like studying.
Last my sister tell me that that's something that educate make some can do commercial for them. I'm
So
a brand ambassador for JMB, and I'm also a customer with them, right?
you sound very knowledgeable.
Yeah, so well, yeah, I know a little bit, but still they have to give me the stuff because sometimes I don't get it right because I'm not in the finance field. So they would give me the material and to make sure that what I say is correct because I am a brand ambassador for them, so they can't go, they get the chat foolish.
Julie, let me tell you something. I could totally see you being the female Oliver. Take over. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm used to seeing growing up. And you told me briefly that you're working on a comedy show.
Yeah, I'm doing a sitcom. Hopefully, because I'm writing the scripts now and I don't want to give out too much, but hopefully, by God's will and testament and grace and all these things and loveliness, I would want to launch it next year. So it's in the works now. Yeah.
And so, is that something you're doing here in the United States?
Yes.
Okay. So, are you scared to go back home now that you're getting big?
When you say scared, what do you mean? Like if they would rob me or so or something? Right?
You know when you come off the plane, you didn't send a barrel and you're gonna come here empty-handed. Are you?
No. All right. Hear the joke. No. Well,
catch it up on the road and just excuse me, come off.
No, let me tell you. I'm not really scared to go back home, you see, and this is just my honesty, right? The only thing that I'm scared of when it comes to Jamaica is the crime. I'm not afraid of anything. The mountain, the going, the Julie, oh, you get so fat, Lord. You come back. I love all of that because that is us with handbags.
This is why we talk.
That's nasty.
There's no way that I could go and see like olders in the family and then they'd be like, oh, you get so big. Jesus Christ.
I know it don't matter to me.
But they miss you a long time. And I'm
yes.
I ain't coming back here.
The only thing I'm afraid of is the crime.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I don't want nobody see me and chop me or if you say, make me just know. I would like
to get big on Instagram. Make sure you grab our money coming in.
Exactly.
Hold on, make I do a TikTok real quick on the money. Julie, they already started on you, girl. They got a fake page. They asking for money. I said it must be a Jamaican person.
It has to be a Jamaican person.
They put a large run-out paragraph. I said it's Jamaican. It's a Jamaican doing that. It's a Jamaican.
Seriously? And I ask people for money. Like, first of all, everybody know I'm not gonna be asking nobody for money. So it even makes sense. Like the minute you send one of my followers that or somebody who you're tricking to thinking you're me, I'm gonna say about something wrong.
So listen, Julie, I want to talk about the last skit. The last skit you did with a sheep, right? And the reason why I want to talk about that skit is so funny to me is because when we discuss mental health, right? Say, for instance, somebody like me that's paying attention closely to your work and what it is that you advocate for, I say to myself, when I watch the skit, right, the little girl is being told to go to sleep and the mother is so daunting, real harsh on the little girl, right? So the little girl can't get the mother and the experiences out of her head, that even in her sleep, she associated the sheep with her mother. And it's funny because I know you meant it to be funny, but there was an undertone of psychology there. And is that with most of your skits?
Yeah, so guess what? No, you see, all right. I shouldn't say but the weird thing is I don't set out to be funny. What I set out is to have a snap in the storyline. Even if it's just 1 minute, is a snap. And a snap usually occurs in a dilemma that most people can relate to. And because human beings, when we see our own like faults in front of us, we tend to laugh at it because the truth is human beings, we want to be happy, we want to be cheerful.
We do. People look
people want to be cheerful, right? And so all of my skits have an underlying message. If you don't get it,
always. Like even the one with the mother eating the food and she's judging it the whole time, but it turned out she just licked down on her plate. So you like say to yourself, when I watch it, someone who's deeply psychological, I pick up on all your undertones. Yeah, there's a lot of Caribbean comedians out there. However, you particularly caught my eye because when I saw that, and then I saw that you were an advocate for mental health, I had to say to myself, there's more to these jokes than just a joke. She's not just telling a joke. She's telling a story.
It's kind of like, let me tell you. So, all right. So with the sheep one, right?
Mm.
That was, and Janet is me.
You are right. As a child,
me
going through the constant reprimanding, the harsh conversation, or just the constant chastising, it stays with you. It resonates with you even in your sleep.
Yeah. So like when mommy used to tell me to count sheep, I couldn't count the sheep because the sheep would always drop. And then sometimes the sheep is her. And then I just go to sleep. And you know, this is not an indictment on my mom or anything, because from generation to generation, we're trying to do better, right?
You know, if she see this, she gonna be like, so what you talking about before?
Exactly. Like me, I never do not like that.
So what do you mean?
Lie.
Tell if I go on the TV and talk about me because
But yeah, it that's it, you know, even in your sleep sometimes you can't really separate the whole psychological aspect of your parents or the things that they used to drum down on you. So yeah, it had an underlying message. All of them do.
I love it. I love it. Julie, I have to say you're probably one of my favorite people. Right.
Oh, thank you.
You're probably one of my favorite people. Not to say that there's not a lot of Caribbean female comedians, but you're definitely the one that has caught a lot of my attention. I think that I've reposted you constantly, probably within the last year. More and more people grew to understand who you are, and they were like, why are you so into this girl? And I'm like, there's so much comedy. There's so much to it, you know. And then somebody like me who used to buy, you know, all of the plays and watch Oliver growing up. I remember like my favorite skit from Oliver was the airplane.
007, baby.
My favorite one. So I never sound like Arden. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of my favorites, right? So, you know, growing up, that's all I knew. Growing up, it's all I knew is the judgment that comes from, you know, every little detail, like the fine tuning of cleaning to getting dressed to bathing. It's, you know, it's a lot. It's very harsh. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't grow up and experience it and being called a piss and tail and all them stuff, you know, you're not going to relate. You're absolutely right. So I do understand entirely why you say, you know, it's hard for Caribbean comedy to thrive in the United States. But do you feel strongly now because of social media that there's room for it?
Yeah, man. Because, all right, tell you what happened? Let me tell you something. What I have found is that the Jamaican experience is not unique to Jamaicans. You have people from Czechoslovakia who have gone through similar childhoods, like people from China, Japan, people from other Caribbean islands, of course, people from Nigeria, the entire African continent. You have the Latina community or the Latin community, which is Latino and Latin. Their upbringing is similar to ours. Right. And so, you know, I feel like there will be a lot of openings for Caribbean comedy and other comedy to, you know, take up the space and gel, because
I think that we need a mix in demographic. I think that you know, comedy, you know, if it's not a Black person being relative to the ghetto or a white person being relative to the suburbs, we need more than that. We need a collective of different variations when it comes to culture. I love what you're doing, Julie. I just want you to know that I am a true fan, and I want the world to know more about you guys. Please follow her. I am Julie Mango on Instagram. Julie, I loved having you. This was
thank you for having me.
Listen, you're funny. You're funny, and I want you to know that you have a forever fan here in me.
Thank you.
It don't matter where I go in life, because I know I'm going to continue to go up, because God just has a way of doing things for us.
That's right.
So I hope we see each other again, maybe back home on the red carpet.
Yes,
we're not tied up in the back of nobody's truck somewhere and we're just talking to friends. Because guess what? They call us Julie.
Red carpet to a thing.
Red carpet, I could totally see it. I totally see you being in a film. I see you doing a lot. But you know what, Julie? What gets me most is that you're not afraid to tell your story. You were so open about, you know, the self-mutilation experiences and just being suicidal at one point in your life. But I know those days are gone. Your future's bright.
Yeah, and the reason I talk about it is because a lot of people are quiet, and I want them to know that you don't have to be quiet or ashamed. So I put myself out there. People can laugh or whatever, but the little person that's watching the TV in them little bed corner and they see that, they see me talking about it, then they don't feel as shameful, and they feel like, oh, so this exists. Okay, I can get help.
Yeah, because that is the main reason why people choose not to share experiences, is because they're afraid of the overcast, which is the judgment and the constant ridicule that'll come with it. And one thing I have to say is, you know, being free is something that that can't be purchased.
Facts.
Freedom is, something that is eternal. Once you have it, you hold on to it and you'll fight for it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what you're doing mentally. And you're using your comedy as an outlet. And I gotta say, Julie, you're good at it. You're
Thank
good, yeah. You're good. All right. I
Bless
love
you.
you, Julie. Thank you
Love
for coming.
you. All
All
right.
right.
Take care.
And make sure you show some love. I'm gonna continue to repost you. But let me ask you a question. Aside from the show that you're working on, is there anything that we should look forward to in terms of comedy specials and like stand up, or do you intend to do anything like that?
You know what? I don't. So stand up. I'm not really confident in doing stand up. I mean,
Okay.
like when I'm talking to you, I come off naturally funny because I'm not trying to. But then the stand up is like, okay, you have to be funny. You have to be funny. And I don't get
So you
over
don't want
that
that
yet.
pressure of being forced to.
Yeah, actually, I got invited to be a 15-minute act on the Desi Banks show. That's actually happened today in the UK. But I didn't have a UK visa, so the time would take for me to get that. I wouldn't have made it based on the time they told me. But we did kind of glad for that still because we did nervous about the whole stand up aspect of it.
Well, listen, I can see you broadening your horizons because it's bright. It's bright, Julie. I gotta say that. But make sure you guys check her out. I am Julie Mango. Stay tuned. By next year, hopefully she'll launch her show. I can't wait to see that because I know that's gonna be hilarious. And it was lovely having you. So guys, just know you're not alone out there. Julie Mango, she's an advocate for mental health. And if you guys feel worried or concerned, what are your recommendations, Julie, for that? Therapy, a hotline, a friend, a family member. Stay
Yeah.
in tune, stay connected, have conversations, let people know how you feel. Prevention is better than anything else. That is the
And
cure.
don't feel ashamed. Talk about don't care if people are talking about it. You need to talk to somebody. Get it out. The more you talk to somebody, then the more you'll be able to get help. People can point you in the right direction. Just
Yeah.
don't be ashamed. Talk.
Okay, so you hear what she said. Prevention is the cure to that, not a cure for the mental disorder itself, because unfortunately there is no cure for that. However, you can stay afloat. You can be a part of a normal life. You just need to share your thoughts.
Yep.
Share your thoughts, and once people know what's going on, they'll be more apt to helping. Julie, thank you again for the advice. Thank you for coming. I loved having you. Make sure
Thanks.
you stay good.
Yes, we'll do.
All
All
right, sister.
right, take it easy.
Oh man, that was fun. So I don't know if y'all know. Oh my God, Loopy, what are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, Loopy. The
What's
Loopy has
poppin'? What's poppin'?
okay, ladies and
What's
gentlemen.
poppin'?
I know
Yeah,
you.
man, Eric, you're talking to the lady.
So I don't know if
What's
y'all
up?
know. Loopy is been around for a long time. Loopy is not new to this. Loopy has
Yeah,
been in the
I've been
business
around the block.
a long time. So as y'all both know, I don't know if y'all know, if y'all just tuning in. Me and Loopy, we're both from the Bronx. Okay. And y'all know how I feel about being a Bronx side. I'm from Soundview. I take it so serious.
Oh
Loopy's
wow, yeah,
yeah,
y'all
you know I'm
tough.
from Soundview, nigga. Don't act brand new.
Y'all tough. Y'all tough.
But Loopy, you're from Fordham, right?
Nah, I'm in the north. I'm from Gun Hill.
Oh, you from uptown.
Yeah, I'm from
I
the
used to live
north,
on
but
217 in Bronxwood.
yeah, but I was more up, but like I was on Decatur Hall. I lived on Decatur my like for like 22 years when I was born.
Decatur, okay, but off of Fordham. I used to deliver mail over there. It was a terrible fucking.
No, but Decatur and
Is your
Gun
phone
Hill.
on,
Like,
Loopy? Is your phone on?
yeah, why? What's up?
I don't know. The sound, there's an echo.
It's probably the head.
Ooh.
How about now?
You just sound clear. I mean, it is what it is. You put the other one in, nigga. Hello?
It's no, they both on.
Okay, so Loopy, really
Is it
quickly, you
still?
looking
Are you
healthy,
still getting
brother. You
echo?
the face is looking full. You putting on the weight. You looking
Yeah,
good,
man.
Loop. You looking good.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm trying to catch up to you.
Aha, you would have to gain like 100 pounds, nigga.
No,
Um,
no, 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 no. Good solid 60. I'll be all right.
so let me ask you a question, Loop. You
What's up?
before we get into your comedy, because you've been doing this for a long time in La Body and all these things, I want to
Yeah.
talk to you really quickly about this drug abuse.
Okay.
Okay, you've celebrated recently 1 year of being clean.
Yeah. No
And
kidding.
that's a huge milestone for someone who has addiction issues, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I couldn't get 1 day clean in the Bronx.
And yeah, that's why I said 365 days. Imagine trying to stay clean
Yeah,
for 1 day. But let me ask you a
absolutely.
question. The thing about it is you said you couldn't even stay clean for 1 day, Loopy. So with that being said, how accessible are these drugs?
Oh, they everywhere. Everybody, they're everywhere. If your grandmother don't got none in her cabinet, your
So we're
neighbor,
talking about painkillers or antidepressants,
yeah.
antipsychotics.
The shit is now they just at this point none of them shits is real. Everything's fake out there. So
Placebo.
everybody got them.
Hmm.
They're not really giving them shits out like that. Probably like the 20 out of 100% that's circulating, 20% is real
Okay.
and 80% is fake. And that's why everybody's selling and they really sick out there because that shit catches up.
Right.
You it started as a joke. Like, let me take a 10. Me and you thinking it's all
Are we,
good.
are we referring to Percocets?
Yeah, let me take
Okay,
a look.
this is so you got the
Chela.
yellows, the whites, the 30s is the best. That's the
Yeah,
one that everybody go out to Maine and PA and all them
yeah.
to go bump those. We know
It's
how the
not
game go.
even real no more. Like the blues, the M30s ain't even real. That shit is straight dope. It's straight fentanyl. So
Fentanyl. Okay.
you feel me? And then niggas
So
is
so what is the deal with why they're cutting with fentanyl so much? Is it like what since when did it become so accessible?
it's been happening for a while because the doctors got hot.
Mm.
Got hot, and then fucking Japan and Germany and a little bit of Mexico was like, yo, this is I think we could get in. I think we could play around. They got
Mm.
the presses. They know how to make all that shit. So they sending them in. A lot of them shits is coming from Japan, Germany, and
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
it's to the
They,
point where Loopy, I'm seeing it's even in weed, it's in grava.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
it is circulated heavily
yeah,
throughout the drug industry, positive and negative. My thing is this, I remember because I used to be a vet tech for 10 years. And fentanyl patches, I mean, we had to log these drugs.
yeah,
We had someone that would come every month from the health department to check to see how much of it we were using on patients. And the fentanyl patch, we had to use gloves to place that on
yeah,
an animal.
absolutely.
And we only used it for major surgeries like amputations. I mean, that shit is no fucking joke. And we
It's
used
the,
to microdose it on
yeah,
them, cut
exactly.
the patches down because of the fact that it was so strong and it could literally like fucking practically knock them out, kill them.
Yeah, man. So a lot of people, I don't think they ever thought it it was gonna lead to where a lot of people at right now
Right.
because I done seen a lot of motherfuckers that was up, including myself, and niggas was running in that shit. The hamsters running the wheel
The wheel. Mm-hmm.
like 10 years straight. You know what I'm saying? I'll have a couple of good little glimpses here and there, but all that shit was getting overshadowed with drug abuse
Mm.
and content that I was putting out. You know what I mean? Like if I do a good video, it'll get overshadowed with the rants on live and just posting stupid shit and writing stupid shit. Like just even thinking about that shit makes I can't believe I was so lost like that. Your word. That
It's
shit,
almost like an out of body experience
yeah,
for you.
it's creepy. And I was thinking about it today. Like I was just saying to myself, like, yo, ever, I don't think I'm ever gonna get high again. I was having a conversation with my brother yesterday, and he's like, yo, Vegas was crazy, bro. That shit is Dykeman times 1,000. I was like, I was
I'm like, damn, what a fucking reference.
yeah, I was like, that's what's up. He was like, yo, I was like, I want to go out there. I was like, he was like, yeah, Frank told me he want to take you out there one time. But I told him, you can't go out there. I was like, what do you mean you can't go out there? He was like, yo, bro, everybody's on drugs, bro. I said, nigga, drugs been around forever. I'm not going to let that stop me, bro. You ain't going to limit me. Like, I'm good, bro.
But you
You
know
know?
what's so crazy, Loopy? You know there won't be fentanyl heads. There's dope heads, there's crack
Yeah,
heads. There won't
nah,
be fentanyl heads. You won't even live that long to
yeah,
enjoy
nah,
that.
not even. Like, my nigga, niggas is doing meth. Niggas is smoking meth.
In New York?
Where?
In New York City?
A couple of people, but like if you go like out to Vegas and shit,
Yeah, that like in the
like little
outskirts, like
kids
you go to
that
the Midwest and places like that. Yeah, it's popular. I have a friend who lives in California, and he moved to California, you know, for a better life for him and his kids. And he was super happy, sunny all the time. It's going great.
Yeah.
He called me the other day and was like, Chela, I'm moving. I said, why? He said, yo, these 12-year-olds is already smoking dope. And I said, what? Come again? He said, because, you know, California legalized drugs a long time ago, right? So weed has always been legal in California. So with that being said, these kids, you know, they're exposed to it at such a young age that they've advanced. They've graduated to the next drug. So by the time they're 13, 14, they're showing you how to put a pipe together. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
man?
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought you broke up. And I was gonna say, and a lot of that shit got to do with music too, man. Cause music will have you in the zone.
Oh yeah.
And then all these rappers is talking about that shit.
That's exactly what I feel one of the biggest issues is, Loopy, is the
Yo,
fact that rappers
Future had me
glorify drugs.
Future had me dragging my knuckles at a point. I couldn't even pick up my neck. Like I was wilding, yo.
And that was off lean.
Yeah, nah, my shit was straight Xanax and perks. That's all I.
So let me ask you a question. Now, is lean still on the up and up? Because a lot of rappers.
No, that was never my thing.
But I know I'm saying in general, like, because you know you're familiar with that
Yo,
word, right?
Yeah, but you know what though? Lean, you see, lean is what the used to be. You like not everybody, but and look, motherfuckers is making that shit now too. That shit is still being that shit is up there still, and the niggas is sprinkling their little perks in it, their little Zans in it. Like when there was one time back, I had a cup of that shit, and I sprinkled my a Xanax and a perk 10, a yellow. Dude, I woke up with fucking little dreadlocks, like little fake dreadlocks. I don't remember anything. I don't remember nothing. It was bad, and I was like, yo, I'm never gonna lean again.
I mean, I would think that would be a fatal combo. You're lucky
you're
here with us. I mean, Loopy, I really do truly believe that there's a reason why you're here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, with all of what you've experienced, clearly this story is important for the world.
Yeah, absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? Or even if not for the world, just the person standing next to you that's going through the same thing.
No, absolutely. Yo, you're right. It's for a lot of people in this world, and even the people that's not going through it, they got family members or friends that's going through it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's real. I was like, thank God I was never like homeless or never sucking no dick for no
You ever suck dick for crack? He's like, that's not going through nothing. You ain't never sucked no dick for crack.
Yo, my nigga, thank God I always kept a little scam going. I always kept a little $100 for a refund.
Kept a little scam going.
I always kept a little scam, so I was all right. I was just making it. Like, but that shit is whack because if I would put all that energy into my career, my comedy, all the friends that I had,
Lord knows, yeah, how far you could have gone. But you know what? Listen, a reboot ain't nothing wrong with a reboot.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with it. I'm happy, man.
Sometimes clear the board and start fresh. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, La Bodi's still here with us.
Oh yeah, and to be honest, my hair's been standing because like the supporters are crazy. Like they
let me tell you something. La Body is viral.
Yeah, super viral.
And this is not the first time because you see a lot of people don't know La Body was in a Cardi B video many years ago.
Yeah, hell yeah.
In the nail salon, right? Because this is how long Loopy's been around, y'all. You know, just if you're not getting familiar, please get familiar. Loopy's done so much work. Let me ask you a question. Do you still have a relationship with Ebro?
No, yeah.
Okay, are you still heavy into sports?
Ebro, Laura's probably like her and Ebro is my like. But if I had to save one, it's gonna be Laura.
Ebro, I'm not saving everybody.
Laura's really my people's like I've been down a couple of times and she always came to the rescue.
I'm so happy that you have support from even still those people. That
no, yeah, I fucked a lot of shit up though, but there's a lot of people that gave like yeah, they know they because they knew me before that shit even became like because like I could pop yellow back in the days and be good. I guess I tasted the wrong one time and that shit just turned to a whole different person and poisoned me for like 10 years. But you know what I mean? A lot of people.
But you're good now with your family. You said your children, your girl. Things have seemed to be on on the upscale.
Doing therapy, me and my wife, but it's all good. It's nothing but up from here. Cause my girl's not no girl that I met off Twitter or Facebook. Like me and my girl grew up together from like little kids. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's gotta be beautiful to see, because now it gives people direct insight to the type of support that you have.
Yeah, like that. She
You
was
know,
judge me. She always wanted the best for me. If anything, I drove her crazy. She was scared because I would have wild seizures. Like them pills driving my nerves crazy, and I was
people like to always talk about the length of the relationships, but I always focus on the strength of the relationships.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you have a really, really super duper strong support system. But let's go into Labori real quick. Labori's big on TikTok, right?
Oh yeah, she out there.
So this line that you said that's going viral, I've
Yeah,
seen that it was used in comparison to, like, somebody at a club, somebody at the welfare office, somebody listening to somebody curse somebody out at the DMV. It was used so much. So can you give my crowd what the line was? Say it in Spanish and then break it down what it means in English.
oh, so pretty much she was just saying
No,
like
tell me, say it for my people first. The way you say it on
the way La
TikTok.
Boy does it. Yo,
Yes.
it's like 10 years ago. Uh, uh.
Tú me no me cosa a mí.
Oh yeah, she goes. Tú ven a mi casa, háblame mierda, yo te mato, cabrón. Um, um, Damn, I forgot it, but that shit is legendary right now. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's so
So
fucking legendary.
pretty
So
much
you
what
said
you're
something
saying is,
about sucias and all this stuff.
that, it got too crazy, man. It got too crazy. That's
So
when
what
that's
what exactly was
funny,
the reference?
huh?
What exactly did it mean? What was the reference there?
So pretty much the first one was like that's like the big aunt, the big mom in the crib. Like you can't be coming in her crib talking shit. Like, and especially if you don't know her, because she'll pop you. You know what I mean? She'll
Okay.
pop on you. That's like that's how, like, and you know what's crazy?
Mhm.
That character is based on my mother.
I
Word
know
for
you were
word.
telling me, so it
Word
makes it
for word.
interesting
That's
for
my
me.
mom. My mom was on her bully shit, but she was still class, all the little fine Dominican niggas. You know what I'm saying? She was still about that life, but she didn't play. She had a little mustache. She had some hairy legs, but she just
Let
she
me
was
tell you something. I used to, like, being from the Bronx, you see a lot of shit. You know that, Loopy. So you
yo.
always see like a chicha or chi-chi. Like, she have a little bit of gut. She ain't got no ass. She got the hair where it's like still needs to be dyed. So it's like blonde all the way at the ends. It's thin and stripped and the top is black. But
That
guess
is,
what? She gonna put her makeup on all fucked up and she might look like shit. But I promise you that bitch got a nigga. I'm 100%.
oh
I'm
yeah,
talking about she ain't never alone and she might have 2 or 3 niggas fighting over her. She got one paying the rent, one bringing groceries, and one to chop. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? And it's so funny to me because when I watch people like you, I think of like Flip Wilson, Martin Lawrence,
oh yeah.
all these actors that weren't afraid to jump into a feminine character because they were so confident in their masculinity.
Be
And you're
honest.
always talking about how there is no gay reference to who Loopy is. Loopy is far from gay. He's not, got nothing against them, but
Yeah,
that's not who he is. When he's acting in a feminine character, this is only to have people relate
yeah.
to how women feel or felt at that point in their life.
And especially people from like where we come from, because I even got black friends that grew up with wild Spanish friends, because we all mixed in the Bronx.
And they're relative. They
Him,
know. They like, oh, his
yo,
mom's
that
cursing him out.
reminds me of Enrique's moms, yo. She be wilding just like that, my nigga. So they get it, feel me? Like people that are open minded, they get it. They're like, nah, this nigga crazy. This nigga's really crazy right here.
No, I think Labori is an amazing character. I love watching you continue to develop Loopy, and to me, it's no different than Loopy the blogger.
Yeah,
TMZ Loopy is just the revamp.
yeah. Chapter 2, like
Chapter 2. This
we,
is Loopy 2.0.
yeah,
Loopy
we off that.
2.0.
We're not really on that wave no more. That shit, you can't be 40 years old saying suck my dick. That shit's for kids.
I know when we
Don't-
get mad, we talk like that.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, 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 yeah.
like, we get mad, we talk like that. You can't change
Right,
that. Because I get
right.
mad when niggas suck my dick. I said that today on the phone to somebody. So I ain't even gonna hold you. You
But
know?
you feel it's like
I'm
when it's like
angry. I'm
when
angry. I can't punch you, so I'm gonna say something
yeah.
defiling. You know what
But
I'm
I
saying?
this air I've been breathing in Florida got me just like on some real Zen shit. I feel amazing. Like
I'm
I'm
glad.
eating. like I'm a family man. Everything is good.
Nah,
Like,
I gotta say, Loopy, I see the rosiness in your cheeks. You look good. You look healthy. You look
I mean,
healthy. You know,
love
and
it.
Loopy used to come see me at the strip club, y'all. Just so you know,
Oh my
I ain't
God,
trying to get you in trouble. I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not. But Loopy was definitely a host a lot of times in the strip club. Am I
Yeah,
lying? You was. And guess
I
who
was out
happened to be working? Was me.
word.
I
Yo, I
was
remember
always there on
Cardi was
stage, bent over, shaking my ass, and I turned around. I'm like, "Yo, what's good, Loopy? Like, what's good?"
yo. You heard? I used to even host sometimes when Cardi was working, my nigga, when she had
Yes.
small titties back in the day. That nice, and it was a wrap. I remember.
Yo, let me say something, Loopy. We've been down for some years, man. So it's my early dance days, man. That's got to be at least 7, 8 years now. And
Yeah,
to see this progression and even the downslope and the
yeah.
comeback is
Yeah.
still beautiful to watch. It's
Thank you.
beautiful to see that you're clean, and I know that 365 is going to triple and
Oh yeah.
quadruple and continue to be what it is, because I know that this is going to be, this is where it stops for you, and this is where it starts. It's the end and the beginning for you.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
alpha and omega, and that's what Loopy's bringing. So let me ask you a question: what could we look forward to next, aside from
Uh,
the viral La Body
um.
TikToks?
To be honest, I'm trying to get in the loop with a couple of my friends that own rehab centers, because I wanna travel the world and go share my story
And practice advocacy?
with a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I got all the tools
Let me
right
tell you
there.
something, Loopy. Help these kids, because when
Yeah,
I tell you that these children are, they like, it's like I'd rather throw my kid down a
out
fucking
there.
well.
I was out there.
I feel like my kid is safer being thrown down a fucking well than in the streets, because it is so bad right now. I remember back in the day, you know, like it wasn't like, you know, nobody listened to the "Don't Say No to Drugs," but you know,
Yeah,
like McGruff used to be like, "You do this, you gonna do that," you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I
That nigga
remember,
right.
right? So these kids, like now, remember the frying the eggs? This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. I said, so my brain is eggs. You can bring my brain the eggs, like, come on. So, you know, when I say that, I say this, you know, these children, they don't really have a lot of positive reference now, because the music is so overwhelming. And the fact that, you know, rappers are now using the whole concept of, oh, you don't use my music against me, that's not who I truly am, kind of is. You're throwing
Yeah, yeah.
people off because you're
Wow,
telling
wow.
people you don't tote guns and you don't take drugs, when people actually have witnessed you in a drunken or high stupor. And these children are not stupid. They're not. They know very well that even if you ain't shooting a gun, you're definitely doing those drugs.
Yeah,
That's for
and
sure.
they ain't doing drugs. Stop talking about that shit so
Stop
much.
talking. If you're not doing it, don't talk about it. Because guess what? These children, like, people keep saying this whole Me Too movement. I think Me Too is this entire fucking era. I think
Yeah.
it is monkey see, monkey do.
Oh, absolutely,
Monkey
absolutely.
see, monkey fucking do.
Oh, but look, listen. I'm about to launch a website. You know what I'm saying? Where people who struggle with addiction, they could just
Mhm.
send me an email, and I'm gonna try to hit back. You know what I'm saying? Whether
Okay,
it's
so let me ask you a question. What is this email that you're going to provide so that people can reach out to you for any type of support?
it's loopy at cannabisoveropioids.com.
Loopy at cannabisoveropioids.com. So
Yeah.
you're choosing weed over opioids?
Oh, all day, man. I'm a
Well,
Mary
let's
Jane.
smoke.
I'm a Mary Jane baby.
Let's smoke. I
I'm a
love
Mary
indica.
Jane.
Let's smoke.
So
Listen, I smoke weed, man. Leave me alone, y'all.
yeah, so like, man, weed ain't never had me looking like a fucking zombie from Thriller.
No,
Like,
it makes you sleepy.
always did me good. And if anything,
I look
like,
good. I smoke weed. I look hella good.
I'm the fattest I ever been. My face is fat. Like, I'm eating good. Like, I love food. I'm driving. I'm seizures. I'm not withdrawing. I'm good, dude.
I'm loving it. Watching you
I'm a
see this,
miracle man.
you know, have
Like,
this appreciation for life is so refreshing.
yeah, little things. Just being able to get up at 5 in the morning, go get some Dunkin' Donuts, and take my son to the bus, which is a mile down the road. Is I live for it. Just to be there for my kids and my lady, you know, like it's the small shit, and at the same time still kill, because I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make my life all about that, but absolutely I'm gonna be there. My voice will be heard, but I still got wild shit I want to do. I want to write plays. I want to stand up comedy. You feel
I
me?
could totally see you
But
doing
on
that.
my I don't want to be forced into nothing. I want to be able to do it when I say I want.
It'll be like John Leguizamo and Lin Manuel
Yeah,
Miranda and Loopy and all of this. Just a globule of this
Story.
amazing.
Will play. I could do wild shit.
I can
Like,
imagine. I can imagine. I mean, I would think that anyone that's able to step in and out of character like that has the ability to continue to create more and scenarios to match these characters because each character has a story.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? I wish I had the ability to do that, but I don't. I've always been more like a straight talker and well spoken.
Okay.
I just can't really create characters, but I can imitate people. I just never created characters. I got beat for that shit. You know what I'm saying? If I imitated somebody as a kid, I'd be, my mom
You had
would smack
to
the
make
shit out of
it.
me. She'd be like,
Act
you're not trying to fucking be funny. You being funny. And I'd be like, damn, I was just making a joke. She do walk funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you're a kid, you know, kids are fucked up. You know,
Kids
they
are-
have the ability to be great, but we don't let them. You know, they'll come up to you and be like, you're ugly, and do a cartwheel and leave. Damn, you piece of shit. But guess what? That was who they are. That was raw honesty. That is them, you know, developing into who they are. And we always tell them what and what not to do, of course, because, you know, appropriation is important when you're raising a child. However, you know, some of these kids, they're clever. They're clever. And, you know, kids like us, Loopy, we grew up clever. You just were a little bit more clever than most.
Yo, there was one night I took my daughter's iPad because it was like 10 o'clock at night. So I go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and I go in her room. She had another iPad under the pillow. Oh,
How old is she?
this fucking operation been going on, bro.
How old is she?
She's 10.
Oh, Loopy, let me tell you something. Right now, 10 is like 14.
Yeah, I already know. I'm
Man,
like,
these fucking kids be saying some shit. I be like,
yo, you want that? But thank God she's still so sweet and gentle. She talks to a little friend on FaceTime, which is another little girl in Florida. This is another thing. Like, we moved out here. This shit changed my whole life, my perspective, everything. Like,
so would you ever go back to the city?
never. I can't.
You're
I'm in
done.
the
You're done with it.
motherfucking neighbors be waving at me in the morning. Like,
They're actually nice here, and it's real. They don't want nothing from you. They're
New
not
York,
saying hi because they want to borrow some shit.
I love it here, bro. I'll never go back. Like, to go
Listen,
visit, go
you
catch
know
it.
what's so crazy, Loopy? People always say to me, like, oh, you know, you're mean. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm from New York City. And they're like, well, why are you so mean? Like, and I'm like, I'm not mean. I'm standoffish because I'm protecting my fucking self. I don't fucking know you. And they're like, is it really that bad over there? And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, it's terrible. You can say hi to a motherfucker that said hi to you, and I promise you that conversation is going somewhere.
Somewhere.
It ain't going to never just be a hi. It's going to be like,
Never.
hi. And then, like, first of all, if you're an attractive girl and you walk by and they be like, what's good, man? You don't say shit. Fuck you, bitch. You whack anyway, you flat booty bitch.
You would think that shit died in the 90s, and that shit is still around.
Hell no. Disrespect is all that at an all-time high. But, you know, when I see kids subway surfing and shit like that, I know that things like that, that's directly related to drugs. Because I can't see a person in their fucking right mind doing something like that.
On a subway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did any of those kids die?
One kid, he suffered a head damage. Like he hit his head in the middle on a sign. I know he was in critical condition. I don't know if I didn't follow up with the story because I haven't heard anything else about it. But this was a couple months back, and it was in Queens. I believe.
It's wild, yo.
It makes you wonder, like, Jesus Christ. Remember when kids used to just fuck around in the train station, just doing graffiti in the train station was dangerous. Hopping a turnstile was dangerous.
That was different.
We're in a different time, Loopy. We're in a different time, and I gotta say that, you know, like I said again, your appreciation for life is what's allowing you to see the clearer picture here, and it's allowing you to move forward in your career. So now, my question for you is: do you intend to push La Body into a sitcom or something of that nature? Because I could totally see that happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm not gonna force nothing. If the opportunity presents itself, absolutely. But I'm definitely gonna keep shooting content with her because right now on TikTok they love her. I just dropped some shit early on TikTok that I had in my phone for like 2 years that I never put out because it's too long. So I put it, shortened it, and yo, classic. They loving that shit right now on TikTok. So
I think everything you do is lovable, Loopy.
not yet.
That kind of guy.
Like sometimes like I could go overboard with the cursing and all that. That's another thing I'm trying to master. Like, be
How
funny.
to keep a balance.
Yeah,
in profanity, because the thing about it is, it's sad because I know where you're coming from. Like, you know, our culture of being urban, you know, is profane in every aspect of the word. Like, all of our experiences are harsh, so we use profanity to express things because, I mean, you can't walk around just punching people. So
Yeah.
cursing is like the next best thing to express
Yeah.
yourself. And a lot of people take profanity offensive, but I feel like, you know, it's better to be profane and expressive than hold things inside and turn around and fucking murder somebody.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
You know what
Man.
I'm saying? So, Loopy, you know we're gonna see more of you.
No, I
This will
appreciate
be our last
it.
conversation.
I'm about to I got these new hats coming. I need your PO box. I want to send you a hat.
You
I don't
don't gotta tell me twice, nigga.
I don't want to wear it yet, but you're gonna love it. You know what I'm saying? It's got a strong message on it. You're gonna
I'm so
love
proud of you.
it. So
I'm
next
so
time back on the show, I'm definitely gonna have a hat on it. We can talk about the hat because that.
So really quick, Loopy, can you tell women what they could do to protect themselves? Because now they're using fentanyl on tissue, and I see they're putting it indoors. They're putting it on flowers.
Yeah, to be honest, yo, just be mindful and be aware. Like people, you could tell people whatever you want, right? Yo, be safe, be careful. Motherfuckers be like this all day. Everybody be like this.
They're not listening.
I seen a video, some kid get hit by a car. This motherfucker was on the phone, not paying attention to nothing. Like if he would have been at least on point, the nigga
He
could have
wouldn't
at
be
least
alive today.
he could be alive. Or if he's still alive, he will have good legs. Cause he had time to react and move. Not like
You
the
know what's
motherfucker.
so sad, Lou? Because I see where you're going with this. It's just it's giving, you know, the downside of social media.
Yeah,
The
yo,
positive side is
everything.
how you can flourish
And
and put
and
things out there.
and then people try to use bullshit like drama, like, oh, there's that, there's that. Like, dude, be mindful, pay attention, be aware of your surroundings, and that's it. Everything will be all right. Everybody always wants to make everything a show. Oh my god, like, yo,
Respectful,
the world is the. I don't know if you remember the magazines when you were a kid that used to be in the supermarket, the Inquirer,
of
that they
course.
used to have all the fake
That
topics.
was where they would have all the gossip at. That was the shade room back then.
Exactly.
Of
That's what
course.
the
People
world is.
magazine. I used to be
Times
reading
a
like,
thousand.
ooh, he cheating
Times
on her. You
times
know,
a
what's the
times a thousand.
411? Remember that magazine?
Absolutely. That's what
Okay.
the world
That's
is
how I
right
knew what
now.
was going on Mary J. Blige and Casey Haley. I was ooh, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we didn't indulge in it to the point where we didn't have our own lives.
Yeah,
And that's what's
absolutely.
happening. People are so consumed with other people's lives because of how much access social media gives to it. And
Yo.
that's why I say it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah,
And I'm glad
absolutely.
that gifted people like you use the gift. You know what I'm saying? And understand that it can also be a curse if you're not
Oh,
careful.
absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta handle this shit with care. If not, you will lose everything. You could die. Like shit is real on here. Shit is real. You gotta,
But can I ask you one more
I don't
question? The fentanyl, they're saying like, you know, it seeps through your bloodstream. I'm talking about within minutes.
oh yeah, dude. There was a lady talking about that shit on a documentary I was watching today. She
Mhm.
said, and it's funny, you said the same thing. She said when they used it on patients, they used micro
We had to
dose.
microdose it, yeah.
You feel me? She was like, because they have found, I think it was 50 grams in the airport. She said
Mm.
that shit will take out a small town right there, yo.
Of course. If you
And
fucking
I know
just
she was dead
all you
serious.
have to do is get on a fucking drop plane and just drop that, everybody's going.
Niggas is done, my nigga. That shit's going in the air. Everybody's done.
But you know, a person like me, I don't call it conspiracy theory, I call it conspiracy fact. And
Yeah.
I feel like they're never going to stop. They're trying to hit from every angle. They're never, ever, ever going to stop it. If it's not drugs, it's guns. If it's not guns, it's food. I mean, it's just
It's in
to me,
everything.
yeah, it's in everything. You know, it goes deeper than that. But we're gonna save that rabbit hole for another time. You
No,
know, we're gonna talk
absolutely, man.
again, Loopy.
I
You know,
appreciate you,
right?
Chela, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. God bless you. Keep shining, keep flourishing, man. The world is yours, my nigga.
I love you. Thank you for coming, Loopy. And make sure y'all follow my boy TMZ Loopy. Check out Labori on TikTok. Thank you for
We out
coming.
here.
We live. Shout out to the
Yo, baby.
Bronx.
Have a
Shout out
blessed
to
night, y'all.
Florida. Shout out to Loopy. Shout out to advocacy. Shout out to mental health. Shout out to anyone who's battling drug abuse. Make sure you guys contact Loopy. Loopy at cannabis over opioids at gmail.com.
Yo,
So
Chela. And my website is on all my social media.
So
Cannabis.
yes, please, ladies and gentlemen, check out his websites, and you know, he's got some merch coming,
And
and
I
he's
got
working on
connects
more.
for all the rehabs. If somebody's trying to get into rehab, they don't got no ID, they don't got insurance, we can help them out. I can help them out with that.
Make sure you guys contact Loopy. You hear what he said? No insurance, no ID. Just know support is available.
We out here.
Okay, We're out here. Thank you so
God
much,
bless you.
Loopy.
Yeah.
I love you.
We love you too,
Have
baby.
a good
God
one,
bless.
baby.
Mwah.
Wow. So that concludes episode 2 of the Chela's Way Experience. And I'm just going to end on this note. Julie, Loopy, 2 of my guests that mentioned that they struggled with abuse, not just drug abuse, but mental health abuse, things of that nature. People suffer greatly when they can't find ways to have outlets and express what their experiences are inside. Pay attention to those around you. Pay attention to a person who's giving you small details of what could be happening to them, because that could very well be a cry for help. And it is true. A lot of people in our culture, we tend to be very dismissive when it comes to mental health and things of that nature. A lot of the times people try not to burden themselves with the responsibility of caring because they know that it's great. The responsibility that comes with helping someone is great, but just know that, Jesus lived his life helping others. And I'm not saying you have to be religious, but what I am saying is you have to help. You have to help. Be human. Be human about it. Again, contact Loopy, contact Julie. Advocacy is existing, and get some help. And thank you guys for tuning in. The Chela's Way Experience.